how often do you use ChatGPT as a friend or as a therapist? Hi everyone, this is Shrini.
This is Shreya.
Welcome to Yappuccino.
Yappuccino is a place where we sit, have coffee, and talk about anything and everything that's on our minds and gossip a little bit.
Let's start our Yap sesh. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hi. Not at all actually. I think I just used it once or twice. Not even once, twice. I just used it to track when Michi was sick, our cat was sick. So I just used to track her daily updates. I just used to keep telling him that vet has said this. He would just make day-to-day update of everything.
ChatGPT is not a he, it's an it.
It's an it, yeah, whatever.
Oh, but that's not like using ChatGPT as a therapist. That's just like a.
I mean,
Second
that's what I'm
opinion.
saying. Like like just as not even a note taker, but the only reason that I only sort of mentioned it because it would give me like really insane reassuring response that
Oh, don't worry, your cat is totally fine.
yeah, which is fine. Which is it is nice to read that obviously when she was sick.
Yeah.
But that is the only instance. But I think apart from that, I just use it for 2 plus 2, 5 plus 5, basic maths, like basic calculations, basic fact checking. If I need to watch some summary or something, I just usually make use
My
it for
main use of ChatGPT is writing mails because
that. Yeah, mails definitely
I
big use
suck
case.
at writing mails.
Or maybe like writing blogs, articles.
And I
or
think
something.
before ChatGPT, I used to write a mail and then I used to send it to her, and then she would be my
Yeah.
ChatGPT and send it back. But now I just use AI for it.
Hmm.
But I do have a lot of friends who have told me that they use ChatGPT for therapy. In fact, there was some prompt going around earlier that you would put, and then it would just give you questions and answers in a way, and then it would ask questions about your childhood or whatever, so that you could answer, and then the ChatGPT would give you therapy based on that sort of thing. And a lot of times I've seen that people, like if they have some issue and their friends are not available, they just talk to ChatGPT. And now it has become so normal that they don't reach out to their friends for issues and they just talk to ChatGPT only.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have personally done that ever. I think I did that once when my manager didn't approve my leave and I was just like so confused. I was like,
Why
please.
would a person do that?
Yeah, like how? But that was like the one time and I just felt so weird that I didn't do it ever again. But why do you think a person would use ChatGPT as therapy? ChatGPT or any other AI as therapy? Like, okay, I get actually therapy is expensive and it's not that accessible. Your therapist, even if you have a therapist, that person is not accessible 24/7. You have a therapy session like once a week or something. So why do you think a person would use it? Like, why
You know
would they
what?
not talk to their friends?
This reminds me, I actually completely forgot, but literally it just clicked that you asked me that have I ever used ChatGPT, and I have not used it for therapy. But now I remember when I was in college, I was exploring therapy like as a concept because but at that time I could never afford therapy. I can't afford it right now. Imagine in college when I have like even little lesser money. So obviously, but that, and by that time ChatGPT was not in the market. There was like no this AI revolution. AI was like still a sci-fi concept, right? I think this must be like 2016, 17, 18, 19 something. I don't even remember when. Sometime in college before ChatGPT, and I actually downloaded a couple of apps which were these like AI chatbot, AI like talking apps, like therapist
Oh shit,
apps.
I have actually seen those.
Yeah, and I used that, and I was so traumatized by that experience.
They used to be really bad at that time.
And I'm sure they're bad now also, but that was my only experience with like a non-human therapy, and I have never gone to therapy, so I didn't have like a benchmark. But those apps were horrible. It was so weird, so like.
But now the tech is
random.
obviously so much better than those apps, right?
Yeah, but
it's
I'm
very
just saying that
personalized now.
my first experience was so bad that I can't even
You can't
consider it.
oh.
And I just remembered, maybe I don't even think about it, but maybe subconsciously I remember it. But
You
yeah,
know,
even if it's talk personal, it's not actually personal. It's just
what I find the weirdest about ChatGPT or any AI is that it remembers everything, which I find very freaky. Because I once asked it to write a mail, okay, and I just like rewrite this mail, and I didn't put my name on it, but it wrote regards Srini, and I was like, why did you write that?
Yeah.
Why do you know my name?
Yeah.
And just as some random personal information they would just slip in, which is very creepy. Ki why do you know that?
Yeah, and
So
remember when I was
can't-
telling you that how does ChatGPT know Mirchi's name?
Yeah.
Then I remembered that
Oh,
I
shit.
must have told it somehow. I
Yeah.
was uploading a photo or something.
and it's
And I was like, how do they know my cat's name? That's insane.
yeah, you chalo theek hai, you told, but
Told, yeah.
like it was months ago, okay.
I mean,
But-
yeah, but they have that feature,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
and like if I tell an issue to my friend, they probably won't even remember it after a few months, right? But
That's
why
true.
does ChatGPT remember it about so much about me?
Yeah.
So I think that is
That's
the
the whole
part when-
data privacy.
yeah,
thing,
and I
right?
find that so weird that this like it remembers
yeah.
everything, but also I don't think I've anyway been the person to
And the
share a
problem
lot.
is, na, it doesn't even remember, it remembers few things, but it doesn't remember everything. It's not like it has context.
Right.
Matlab, you know, if you tell them 20 things, it'll remember one or two, and then you will see that, oh, you know, the system remembered these 2 things, but
No,
they
I
forgot.
think they remember all the 20 things.
No, they don't. Trust me. I use Chat GPT and AI every day for my work, like for my 9 to 5 office job, and from like a lot of my personal sort of things that I'm running, and I use it a lot for that, like for sure, like content and sort of just help me sort of put together data planning and everything. I'll use it a lot as a digital assistant.
Yeah.
So I do know that it forgets a lot, and I especially tell it, oh please, there's this memory feature, right? You can ask them to save. It is so bad at it. I mean, it never remembers. It's always confused and always sort of stupid. And maybe because I use my account for so it's not like I use the same account for everything. I have a separate account for work. That's my work ChatGPT. Still, it's getting confused. It's pretty dumb for an AI, but I mean, like it is, because it doesn't really remember the bigger picture things. It'll remember stupid details, but it will not remember the concept or the context of it, which is very
the
annoying,
context
because you
is-
know,
yes.
I mean, that is how
Got it.
we make sense of things, right? That is how humans think, which obviously it can't, because it's not a human.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
But I was saying that I feel like I personally have never been the person to share so much with my friends also. Like I don't go about every issue and tell them usually. So that's why I don't really need I don't need ChatGPT to be there for me all the time. But there's a lot of people who call you for every issue,
Yeah.
okay, every tiny issue. And now I am not a very calling person anymore. I don't like talking on call too much. So
Classic Gen Z.
most times I would just not pick up the call. And if I'm not picking up the call and none of the friends are, or other people are busy, that one friend is probably going to chat GPT and being like, you know, I'm bored, I have this issue, my friends are not there, how can you help me? So there's also this availability of friends part, and how I am like socially more isolated, I would say. And especially with work and everything, life gets so busy that you don't meet your friends so often.
Yeah.
Right? And earlier you had no option but to like eat your thoughts or whatever. But now you can just tell them to chat GPT.
Correct.
So there's also this
Or maybe
aspect.
even not eat your thoughts, you can just think about it within yourself.
And come to a conclusion.
Yeah,
maybe.
like you can just come
Right.
to that conclusion with yourself, you just think about it.
Yeah, but now I think there's much more social loneliness. Like that, people say that in
Loneliness
terms-
epidemic.
Lonely. That's male loneliness epidemic.
But
I
in general also
Yeah.
loneliness is a big
There's
thing.
this thing now, people keep saying that we live in the most social age where we have social media, yet we're the most loneliest. So that is obviously reflecting into the ChatGPT part of it, and ChatGPT is available, as we discussed, 24/7.
And
But
on
the-
every device.
Every
So,
device,
yeah.
and there are multiple AIs, right? It's not just ChatGPT. Everyone can give you a different opinion, but most of those opinions are biased towards you. Like, if you tell them, I did something bad, and like I remember,
Oh, you must have had a reason.
yeah, I remember there's like a whole thread on Reddit where this guy was like, oh, I cheated on my wife, but ChatGPT was like, it's okay, she didn't cook food for you now, or sounds like something very stupid like that. So
And there's
obviously
this whole
it's-
like real life case of when a kid committed
Oh,
like
yeah,
a teenager,
yeah,
and then they
because
read the
ChatGPT
ChatGPT messages, so ChatGPT actually prompted it and
Yeah.
supported the decision to commit.
so it's,
you know?
it'll just agree to you despite of whatever the thing is, because their only job is to like make you feel good, make your thoughts, validate them.
Not even that, it's just to increase the engagement time. And how would you be engaged when you're convinced?
Yeah.
Like, why do you, like, you'll obviously talk
Like
to it.
if someone is disagreeing, I'm like, chal hat.
Yeah.
Right? But if they're agreeing, like, oh yeah, tell me more. So
I know I'm correct. Yeah, validate my
yeah,
opinion.
it literally just tells us what we want to hear, but it doesn't tell us what we need to hear, right?
Exactly.
Like if my friend is coming to me with some stupid decision she made, I would give her a reality check and be like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like this is selfish. But ChatGPT will be like, oh, it's okay. So what if it's selfish? You have to be selfish.
Yeah.
You know, it would just validate your thoughts in that sense, which can be a negative impact, obviously.
It is in the long run, for so humans do that enough to themselves, right? Like we as people, we always, most of the time, that we
Convince
assume that we are
ourselves.
right. Oh, my thought is, it's correct, and
Yeah.
until we really think about it, or
You don't
someone
see it
tells
from
us.
the other perspective.
It's very difficult, and that's human nature. And if we are being validated on something that we are already not good at, how will that work out in the long
Yeah.
run, right?
Like the other person's job is to sort of give you another perspective, but if ChatGPT is just agreeing with you, that's the same perspective, right?
Yeah, and it's even worse than talking to yourself, because you can still be introspective, because intrusive thoughts will come.
Yeah.
You will say, oh, what if I'm wrong? There's always a tiny voice in the head that, oh, I don't know, something.
I'm right, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but if you listen to anything, and it can be a computer machine that validates it, you will get that confidence, and that confidence is not always the right thing.
You know, I was actually reading. I saw a reel that ChatGPT, like one of the biggest use cases is generally personal therapy for ChatGPT, and it's
yeah.
concerning.
Yeah, and I'm
Like-
sure with this whole OpenAI being so profit focused and this whole capitalism push, I'm pretty sure they'll launch some chat like therapy version for it, or maybe some paid therapy. Like there are so many things that
There
they can
could
do.
be.
Like it's
Like
just a
even
business
a lot
model
of
for them,
these
right?
apps which are like meditation therapy based, they also use a lot of AI, right?
Yeah, so there are like AI therapists and AI friends, AI girlfriends
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
Yeah, so
And it's like it can be helpful maybe to some extent, but it's obviously not accurate in terms of like in a clinical sense,
obviously,
right?
no, why not?
And it's just literally, if it's telling you what you need to hear, what you want to hear, not need to, what you want to hear, it's obviously not going to help you in the long run. And in fact,
And it's only going to add to the loneliness and the
yeah,
everything.
true. I mean,
So if you ever need a reality check on how horrible loneliness and how horrible lack of socialization can be, you just need to study Japan. So Japan, mein there are services that you can book a
right,
person to just sit with you.
Yeah.
You'll go to a
go
cafe.
on a family vacation maybe.
Yeah, go on like maybe like some old guy who you can hire to be with you all day, or maybe just a person to have coffee with, or maybe just a person to just chill with. And it's very like it's very weird to see that people are paying now, and obviously it's a business model, so people are going to do it. And now it's Japan, but soon it's going to be
Everywhere.
it's just going to
Oh, that movie Her, you remember?
yeah.
So that is literally what the future is gonna be in the
Yeah.
end. And yeah, that's concerning. In fact, I saw another reel, actually a YouTube short, which was like there was a research done apparently, and the people had to put their issues, and the issues were given to an AI and a therapist, a human therapist. And people preferred AI's responses because they were more understanding, empathetic, more caring. That means basically more in accordance with the person's issues. Whereas a therapist would have given them a reality check.
Yeah.
So obviously people are thinking from a short-term benefit. They're not thinking from a long-term benefit of how
True.
this
But
would
the
impact.
problem, especially in Indian context, I can only comment so much on Indian context, is that therapy is so expensive as secondary. It's such a stigma, like it's a reflection of a mental illness.
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah,
there's so
yeah.
much like taboo around it. There's so much stigma. There's so much shame. You can't even tell your friends, family, whatever. You can't do any of that. You have to hide and go. And that's obviously maybe not for like everyone. Maybe like 0.1% of the people or maybe living in places where, you know, and maybe they have friends and family who are very sort of progressive and open-minded and supportive. But if I take India as a whole, that is a big concern. So it's not even a choice, because it's not a choice that people are making, because it's not like they have any other option. It's not like they're choosing ChatGPT over a therapist, because for most people therapy is just not an option. It's just inaccessible, right? In terms of social, cultural aspects, financially therapy is so expensive. Like I said, I wanted to do it, even still now I've been thinking about it, but it's expensive. I mean, it's a big expense that I'll need to sort of budget for, and that again is going to give me stress. And I, you know, I need to tell my therapist that, oh, you know, you are so expensive.
You're adding to my stress.
Yeah, I mean, you know, joking, that's just a joke. But in general, I mean, yeah, it's not like we have a great therapy culture. I mean, I'm assuming that some Western countries do. That's just my assumption. But I think in India we definitely have a lot of infrastructure and awareness lacking.
One of my friends was actually looking for a therapist, and it was actually very difficult to find a good therapist in India also, because you have to try a few people and you have to be comfortable enough with that person also. And I think one of the bad things about ChatGPT now is that it has that voice feature. I have seen people talk like a human. Like chalo typing mein to there's a limit. How much will you type now? And now you're yapping with a AI bot, so obviously it's gonna yap back. And that's just it's so convenient now that it's bad.
And have you seen those viral reels when people are making, like, talking to ChatGPT and making a reel that, oh, you know, this was my day, tell me about it. ChatGPT is reassuring them. I'm just like,
oh my god, what about, do you remember that episode in Modern Family, Cam's fridge?
Oh yes.
That is what's happening. An AI bot is taking over your
life, and
house,
everything.
your life and everything. And you know, one more thing is that when you're talking to like an actual therapist, as far as I've heard, I've never tried therapy, but there is a certain level of patient doctor confidentiality.
Definitely.
But with an AI therapist, you don't know where your data is going to be, how they're using your data, how they're using your insecurities. Like if you're talking to, like, let's say ChatGPT, like, oh, I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of arm fat, and then next day it's suggesting you some surgery or some random thing.
That is the most safest example. What if you're talking about maybe some more violent or intrusive or illegal thought, or maybe, you know, something, maybe maybe you did something accidental, or maybe that's obviously not a right thing, but maybe it's a legal thing, can be used against you, and that is confirmed by Sam Altman himself. I saw this interview. He said that, you know, there's no system that we have to share that data. If, like, someone asks, so, you know, people are using it, but that's not right. And if the company's owner himself is saying that, so guys, it's really time to
so we ourselves just have to be mindful. And I think we do need to be a little bit more social in general. Like, we cannot rely on a chatbot to help us with everything.
But it's so difficult now with tech and everything.
Go make friends?
No, I mean, just using tech is everywhere, right? And we use tech for everything. It's very difficult to get out of this tech infrastructure ecosystem that we are in. What are your
and
thoughts
it's just
on
gonna
that?
get worse, right? Because it's not like the tech is gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna improve,
get better.
It's gonna get better. And obviously even ChatGPT itself is gonna get better. It's gonna help you validate your thoughts even more, probably. Or maybe if they figure out a system where it's giving good responses, then good for them. But
And it's
we
not
do
like,
live in a very...
I mean, you know, one thing I just want to clarify. We have said that, you know, ChatGPT agrees and validates everything you say as a negative point. But the solution for that is not that ChatGPT starts being critical. That is also even worse. For example, if I am, like, unsure about how I'm looking, and then ChatGPT is like, oh yeah, you look horrible. I would go and, like,
so that's
like,
the thing. There's this empathy.
So there's no, like, good.
There's no empathy.
Balance.
There's no balance because it cannot replicate a human.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't know how to act in a social setting because there is no
it's
social
not social, right? And, you know, I mean, that's exactly, like, it's not, the problem is not that it's disagreeing or agreeing. It's just, if it does either, it will never have that understanding, context, emotion, or, you know, just real life experience that a walking person would have. So how would you deal with that?
Hi guys.
Hi guys, we are
had
back.
to take a short break.
Don't ask about it. I mean,
This
like,
could be a whole video in itself.
yeah, but like,
Anyway,
so we're actually nearing the end of the topic anyway, and so I mean, we all know the conclusion to this video, right? That ChatGPT as therapy is a big no. There's
Definitely.
absolutely no like substitute for actual therapy, and
I-
just don't use it. Just go and talk to someone.
yeah, and I've actually seen a lot of influencers actually promote it. When I was researching for this video, I came upon so many reels where people were like, "Oh, I do use ChatGPT as my therapist. It can be a beginning step before you take actual therapy. But if you get too used to the first part only, then you will never end up going to the next step." I think an influencers promoting that is even worse.
Yeah.
So my personal
the-
opinion is
yeah.
of that you should not use
Yeah,
it. I mean,
and this is not to
simple.
shame someone who is using it or who has used it, or someone who does not have the access or resource.
Yeah.
There are so many places in the world where maybe a small town might not even have a therapist.
Yeah.
So I do understand there are, anywhere in India that's the case,
But
right?
you
I mean,
do have to be mindful about your
Yeah.
personal usage
exactly.
of it.
Because in the end, it's just a big corporation who has a tool,
Yeah.
and you're using that. So you are out in the open, fighting for yourself, and you are sharing your deepest, most intimate, personal thoughts with it. So that cannot be right. Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, we all know these big companies don't really care about the users. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's not something that we need to convince you on. So just don't use AI for therapy.
And if you do use it, just be mindful that it is.
Yeah, just
it's
know.
just-
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into. Just don't get influenced
And
by
maybe if
whatever
it's like a stupid question that, should I go to work today? Or maybe, my God,
Maybe just ask your family members.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure you have people around you, at least one or two. You can talk to them.
yeah.
And you can just call people, be more social if you can. If not physically social, you can be connected via the digital
Internet and
aspect of
everything,
it.
yeah.
So there are ways, and we just have to see what works for us, how we can use it to the best possible way. I mean, I would also go to ChatGPT sometimes, but I try to be mindful of my usage of it and keep it limited to literal work. So yeah,
And of course,
that's
it's a
it.
tool that is, used and that is created for us to be more productive and for it to help us out with a lot of for it to help us out with a lot of day-to-day tasks. But therapy is not one of them. So,
Yeah.
and even use it for stupid questions, use it for jokes, use it for writing an email to your boss on you need to be a leave.
Yeah.
Use it for basic maths calculation, but don't use it for serious things. That's the only thing that we want to convey.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, bye. Taking off.